Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd, and today we're going to open up this cool Inhumans set. Now, I got this set for a couple reasons. One, I think she looks really cool, and two, this guy is massive and awesome looking and probably fit right in with our Masters of the Universe. And so I had to get the set, and I kept looking at it, but the price was too high. And eventually on Amazon, they had both a discount and a coupon. I'll put the link in the description, so you guys too can get this set pretty cheap if you want. But check this out, I actually have done more cleaning. But it's getting closer to being all cleaned up, so hooray! Anyway, let's go ahead and turn the camera around and let's check out this figure. Alright, so here is the figure. Dun, dun, dun. And it's actually a 2-pack set, so it's not just a figure, it's the figures. And I did see the show, The Inhumans, and of course it was kind of weird that in the show, sorry, spoiler alert, that Medusa gets her head shaved, which seemed kind of odd since that's her superpower and just taken right away from her. But I did like the show, even though a lot of people had kind of some mixed feelings about it. But anyway, and it was interesting, they used Black Bolt in the Doctor Strange movie too, with Wanda. So that was kind of course they killed him off in 3 seconds, but it was still cool they used him. Alright, let's look at the back of the box first before I get into this. Zoom this up. So we have Queen Medusa sits atop her throne. You guys can read it. I'm not going to read the whole thing. There it is. And there it is in other languages. Dun, 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 dun. If I went too fast, you can always pause it. And let's get them open. Now, I'm not going to use them as Marvel characters, probably. They'll be some sort of He-Man characters when I'm done. Boom. Boom, boom. Now, it's funny. The pictures online do not do this set justice. I'm telling you, this guy is way bigger than I thought he was going to be. I thought this would be like a standard-sized mace, but this thing is huge. Well, let's first start with Medusa. She's the least interesting of the two, for me at least. Well, she does have some amazing hair. And that those who follow my channel, hair is very important to me when it comes to action figures. But holy cow, it's articulated. She's got articulated hair. That is hilarious. Now, if you don't know the storyline, her hair is like tentacles she can control and grasp people, which is funny because we already have a He-Man character that has that same ability. Oh, my tape's coming off my lamp. And, oh, what is her name? Spillerina? I don't know. But anyway, she has big locks of hair that can grab people. Spinrilla. I think Entrapta is her name. But anyway, so we have a She-Ra counterpart to this figure already. But let's go ahead and compare her. Let's see, first articulation, then we'll compare her. So we have ankle articulation. We have should be a boot cut here. Wow. No boot cut. I think this is just a rubber piece over the top of the calf. It is. That's what I thought. So there's no cut here. That is hilarious. So I think this plastic is different, but this feels the same. That's just a paint app. Then we have a no boot cut, double jointed knee. We have a thigh cut. We have hip articulation. We have no waist, but we do have a crunch here. And a crunch higher that kind of moves around, that turns up there. So that's strange. She doesn't have a waist twisting right there. And then we have shoulder movement. We also have this extra lat movement right here to give it a little more oomph on the movement, so you can put her hands closer together when you have that kind of extra movement up in the shoulder up there. And that's really cool. And then we have a bicep cut and shoulder movement, of course. Bicep cut, double jointed elbows. And then we have a fist on this side that moves back and forth, and a fist on this side that moves back and forth, and of course her head moves. Now, one thing that drives me crazy about Marvel females, and I was thinking about this just a couple days ago when I was going through all my classic, all my Masterverse females, is they never or very rarely give us open hands to hold accessories. And I'm not sure why they do that to us all the time, but I had to buy a whole bunch of Marvel female figures one time just to get some open hands for I think it was Spider-Woman. I wanted an open yellow hand. I bought a whole bunch of Marvel figures. And see, do I still have her over here? No, she's in the other room. I got another figure sitting up, was sitting up here on my table. I was also, it was Rogue, and she also did not have open hands either. They give them fists of fury, and they give them open magic hands or something. And it's like the females can never hold any accessories or any weapons or anything else, and it just drives me crazy that when they produce these, they don't do that. And they all, I mean, like I said, it's really hard. Unless the female comes with something she's going to hold, they don't give her holding hands. No holding hands. So either you have these weird kind of sprawled out fingers, or you have the closed fists. And that is it. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox and stop complaining about the hands. All right, let's go and compare her to a Classics figure. And she is short, which I knew she would be, because most of the Marvel figures are, but not too terribly short. I mean, in the scheme of things, she's a pretty tall woman, because she's close to the same height as He-Man. So next to He-Man, she doesn't look too far off, because females usually are shorter on average than men. All right. So let's pull out the Beast of Burden. Dun 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 dun. Oh, she has an extra face too. Forgot about that. So you can swap out her face and give her a more angry face, because this face is not angry enough. So you have the mad face and the angry face. Your choice. Mad or angry, what do you want? This is the mad. This is the angry. Let's see how easy it is to do a face swap. Whoa! That's way too easy. Is it magnetized? Nope. Sorry, my camera's not lined up. It sticks, but not as tight as you'd want. The mad face. The angry face. It's just so funny. She's supposed to be a good guy, right? Why should she only have those two faces? No happy face. Alright. And she can have a face-off, too. Oh! That is so weird. Her face is tiny, though. Tiny, tiny. Alright. I'll put her next to Bulletproof over there. And let's go ahead and pop Gorgon out. Here is his massive mace. The massive mace. That's got some heft to it. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And he has some alternate hands. He's got this open hand. And then over here, probably hit my microphone. Oh, sorry about that, you guys. We have another hand, which is probably made to hold the mace. There we go. But it's not like super tight, and the little finger on the bottom doesn't hold it very well. It's kind of a weird way he holds it. It's like the people who made the hand didn't know what they were going to make for the weapon. And then he has two fists like all the other figures that we've looked at today. All the other one. Dun dun dun. Now, when I saw him online, I thought he'd be about the same size as a Classics figure. Maybe a Masterverse figure. But I'm telling you, he is way bigger than I expected. Oh, hey, his cuffs come off too. That's cool. Great for customization. Of course, it's kind of weird because his hairline ends just right there. So if you do customize him, you have to put some more hair on there. Put some hair on your forearm, man. And I don't like the fists. You just can't do much with them. Okay, articulation. We have ankle articulation on his hoof. We do have a boot cut. We have a double jointed knee, which is hidden well with the kneecap. We have a thigh cut. We have hip movement. His waist turns under his shorts. Actually, it turns over his shorts too. And then we have an ab crunch. We have a shoulder movement, bicep cut, single jointed elbow, which bends 90 degrees. That's pretty far for a single jointed elbow. And then his wrist bends up and down on this side and back and forth on this side. And then his head moves as well. He's got a mask or a crown or something, and it doesn't look to be removable. Now at those itty bitty feet, it's going to be kind of hard to make him stand, but I think I can do it. He's so top heavy. There we go. And let's compare him next to a classics figure. Dun, dun, dun. Stand. Look at that. That is crazy, the size difference between those figures. Let me go grab a tape measure. I'll be right back. Alright, I got my tape measure. And he is just under 9 inches. Just barely. So 22 centimeters. Or 220 millimeters. Alright, let's compare him to some Masterverse figures. Check out these cool little boxes I made. Look at that. And it holds that one evil Lynn that's been powered up. She goes all the way to the top. So I can fit multiple figures in here. And they're made to be stackable. I'm not sure how I'm going to do them, but I'm thinking about sticking all my female figures, except for Motherboard, in these cool cases. It just looks so cool. Anyway, so here is the new She-Ra with a better head. Holy cow. She makes He-Man look short. So of course she's going to make Medusa look really short. I did not realize she was that much taller than He-Man. That is crazy. That's crazy. She's even taller than Teela. That is one tall figure. Wow. I guess she must have gotten... Okay, you know what? Let's compare her next to Adora. Now, this is not Adora's regular head. Because now, I know I'm going off track now. Oh yeah, so she must get taller when she becomes She-Ra in this storyline. That's funny. Interesting. And here I based the boxes on her. Okay, everybody else fits pretty good in there too. Alright. Let's put these back. And let's pull out some monsters of the universe. It's the mash. It's the monster mash. The monster mash. And of course, I always like to pull out Beast Man, Beast Man. Ho! Beast Man is an itty bitty guy next to him too. Bum bum bum. How about Too Bad? Too Bad's like too big. Too big bad. Even Too Bad is short next to the feral guy. Look at that. He is big. Big, big, big. Now, I do not have any of the ogres that Mythic Legions made. Mythic Legends? Mythic Legions. I don't know. And, but they're supposed to be 9 inches as well. So, they're supposed to be the same height as this guy. Now, I imagine if you were to pull these off and put on regular legs or boots, then it might make his height shorter. And I did think about maybe doing that, but I kind of like the hoofs. It kind of gives him something different than just a standard monster, because now I can have like a Minotaur looking guy. That's, who knows, I might even go and get a Minotaur head and swap the head out and just make a Minotaur for He-Man to fight. That might be cool. I may have to make a head for that. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. He's going to get a new head. You're going to get a new head and turn him into a Minotaur for He-Man to battle. Dun dun dun! The Minotaur's maze! Maze of death! Huh? He's so tall in comparison. Crazy. Alright, well, that is all that I have. I just wanted to show off those new figures, and they are pretty cool. Let me swap this camera around again. Now, I did buy this set for 2 reasons. 1, for this giant guy here, but I didn't know he was going to be that big. And 2, I just really like the way she looks. Of course, I would because of all the cool hair, but he's just so... I didn't know he was going to be that big. I thought maybe he might be comparable to a Classics, maybe a little bigger. I didn't know he was 9 inches. Oh! Fun, fun, fun. And of course, his cool hooves. Very cool. All right. That's all I got. And like they say in the 1987 movie, well, you know, I guess I got He-Man figures. Good journey. Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it.